So I gave in yesterday. I went shopping and I gave in and I actually bought the Nars Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Stromboli. I gave in. My friend actually wanted help to choose her foundation, and what did? I bought myself a foundation. I also bought the concealer as well in the shade Ginger. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I've seen quite a few reviews on this, so I thought, as soon as I'm running out of my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, why not get a new one? And what I've basically been wanting to do is find a foundation that would be my holy grail foundation, and I only ever really wear that foundation. Like, you know, when I need to buy another one, it will be that one. So that's what I've been trying to do, and you guys know I've been trying all sorts of foundations, and now I think I've given in. And my sister, for her, this is her holy grail foundation. If I ask her, like, what foundation do you like or love, it's this one. So I had this foundation on yesterday for about 8 hours, literally, and I mean 8 hours. I normally don't ever leave my foundations on for that long, not unless like I'm having such a busy day. So I had it on, I had it tested on me at around, say, about 3 o'clock or something, and then I actually took it off. I think it was 11:30. I think I got home for about 11ish, so about 11:30 I took it off. And let me tell you something, the only place where I felt as if it was a bit out of place was underneath my eyes. The lady behind the counter, when she was trying it, she didn't set my under eyes, nor did she really set this, so I was really impressed. So I'm going to show you what it's like, how I'm going to apply it, and what I think of it whilst I'm applying it. So you can use your fingers if you want. I personally don't want to be using my fingers for it. I mean, yesterday when they tried it on me, she was putting it on her hand and going like this and, you know, spreading it, and I was really surprised like how it looked using the fingers, but I personally don't like to use fingers. So you can see this is what it comes like, and it doesn't come with a pump or anything, which I'm not really too fussed about, because to be honest with you, you know, you can just like put it on the back of your hand or something. So I'm just going to use what is in the lid, and the brush that I'm going to take is my Sedona Lace brush in FB05, and it's normally like a bronzing brush, but I quite like these brushes to apply my foundation. So all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do it as much in like circular motions. I'm just going to go more downwards, just because I've got quite dry skin here, so I don't really want it to emphasize on that. And then just buff it out, and like putting it on, it just feels as if like I've got no foundation on the brush, to be honest with you. That's how it feels. So I'm just taking like tiny amounts of it as well and just buffing it out, so it just feels like I've got nothing there. It feels really it just feels really light, and I'm really surprised, because when my sister was telling me about the foundation, and it wasn't just my sister, I know so many other people, like you guys who watch my videos, you were saying to try it and that it'll be really good. And because of the name of it, I kind of assumed like, I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, all that, because of the name Sheer Glow. So I kind of felt as if it's not going to give me coverage, but yeah, I was surprised. I was totally wrong. So I'm just going to apply this all over, and I absolutely love this brush as well. If you're wanting to purchase any of the brushes, I have like a discount code. I'll put it in the description bar, and you get like $4 off your brushes, so which is pretty cool. Here we have it. This is the one lot put on, and when I say the one lot, this is me just doing it around my face the one time. And I'm just going to get a bit close so you guys can see what it's like a bit, you know, zoomed in. So you can see right here, like I've got, this is where I have my dryness, and the camera may just pick it up, but right here is where I have my dryness. I'm actually using the acne.org products to clear up all this stuff, but it's worked amazingly so far. So anyway, I've got my dryness here, and then you can see I've got like slight blemishes here, but would I be comfortable to go out just like this? Of course I would. If I wanted to conceal, I just conceal these particular areas, but I want to know how it'll actually build up, because you can't really ask the sales assistant to build it up for you, so I'm going to do it now. I'm going to take the same amount that I put all over my face. I'm not going to be adding like huge amounts of it, so I'm just going to take like tiny amounts, and this is, if you can see, this is what I'm actually working with. I'm just taking bits like this and dotting it and blending it. That's all I'm doing, because I'm on this regime and I don't really want to be applying so much of everything on my face, so as little as I can put on and blend it out so it works is best. And this is it with 2 lots, so going over it. But what I did was I didn't put any more on my forehead, sorry. I just focused it in this area, but because I've got my dry skin, I need to be careful. I don't want to be applying too much because my dry skin is just going to emphasize a lot more. I can tell as well that just feeling it like this, it feels like I don't really need to set it with a powder, but I will do that maybe in like just my T-zone area, not round on my cheeks, because again of the dryness. So now on to the concealer, and you guys know that I like to correct beforehand before I apply my concealers, but this time, because I was trying this yesterday, seems like this may actually just do the trick on its own. So I'm just going to apply some of this and see how it works. I'm going to use my finger for this to blend it out. You don't really want to be using a chunky brush. I haven't got my slimmer round blending brush with me, so I'm just going to use my finger. Can you see the difference from this to this? I absolutely love it. I swear, it seriously is like freaking amazing. The consistency of it is a bit thick, so it takes a little bit of working with it, but because it is a bit thick, it's like it just gives you that coverage. Oh my god, why have I not wanted to buy this before? Seriously, I'm just using my finger to blend it out. They do normally say use your ring finger because, you know, less pressure, but to be honest with you, my fingers are so cold, so I'm just going to use my finger that I used for the other eye because it's a bit warmer, and to blend this out. I love it. I absolutely love this. I swear, I feel as though I would not need to set this in place. That's how I feel, because if I feel my skin, it feels like it's just gone matte. Like, yeah, that's how it feels. And like, I can tell, like, obviously I've got such a dark thing here. Let me actually conceal that, you know. We don't want that stuff showing now, do we? So let's just conceal that. I feel as if I do not need to set it with powder. And I know the lady actually said to me yesterday that you can't really use this concealer to conceal everywhere else, because it's got this sort of like, because it says Radiant Creamy Concealer, it is supposed to give you this radiant look. So popping it here, which I can tell what she means, like, yeah, don't do that because it'll look a bit shiny. So I'm just gonna bronze up my face and then come back. How amazing does this look? Seriously, how amazing does it look? I've just bronzed up my face a bit, applied my highlighter, that is it. I've not added anything else. I've not added any powder or anything like that. And how it actually lasts on my face, like I said, I wore it for about 8 hours. So because I wore it up to 8 hours, I mean, I was walking through town, through the city centre, I was shopping, so like I had the rain, I had the winds. I mean, okay, I didn't have a lot of rain on me, but you know, definitely there were the winds. And you know what it's like when you're walking around like so much, sometimes you break a sweat. I did not break a sweat. Nothing was showing on my face at all. I just looked how I left at 3 o'clock is how I looked in the evening, apart from my under eyes. I think my under eyes, you know how it is sometimes when you're in store and stuff, and like they've got to do it professionally, they need to use their brushes, and sometimes I feel as if you work with your fingers for your under eyes, like with the heat and stuff, it helps to apply the concealer much better and stuff. So I mean, I'm sure if they could do it that way, they probably would. But I know that this will look like flawless, and I'm seriously so thankful for my sister and everybody else who watches my videos who said to me, buy the foundation and try it and you'll love it. And now I understand why. This is seriously one foundation that straight away I'm impressed with, just because I wore it yesterday as well, so I know what it's like. Seriously impressed with, and I love how it just looks really, really natural. It doesn't even look like I've got anything on. And yeah, I think I found my favourite foundation, but you know, it might be a bit too soon to say that. I'm going to carry on wearing it, see what it's like, and maybe later on, you know, in this month, or next month, as soon as it's the end of August nearly, I'll do a review and tell you guys like what I've thought. And I've only just got my lip balm on. I've not got no lippy on. Natural is the way. So yeah, this is it. This is my first impressions, and so far I love it so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do comment, do subscribe, press the thumbs up button, and let me know what is your favourite foundation. I mean, I just like to know what people use and stuff, because sometimes there's always something new out there. You know, for me right now, it's the Nars Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Stromboli and the concealer in the shade Ginger. So this is my first impressions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you all soon.